continues to be go for launch. They're monitoring clearance area around the pad. And there goes the arm beginning to move, the view from on top of the fixed service structure. And the weather continues to be acceptable for launch as we get ever closer. Nice view from the camera inside the white room as the arm moves away from Dragon. Once we hit T0, we're going to watch Falcon 9 and Dragon lift off from historic pad 39A and make their ascent. Now, about 43 seconds into flight, Falcon 9's engines will throttle down to help pass through the period of maximum dynamic pressure on the rocket, what we typically refer to as max Q. It's worth noting, once we hit max Q, we'll be going supersonic, faster than the speed of sound.
Dynamic pressure, we can throttle up our Merlin engines once again. From there, at about 2.5 minutes into flight, we have a series of 3 events that happen in rapid succession. First is MECO, or main engine cutoff. This is where all 9 Merlin engines will shut off in preparation for stage separation, where, as the name suggests, that's where the first stage detaches from the second stage, with the first stage making its way back to Earth for landing as the second stage continues on its journey with the third event.
That event is SES-1, the second stage engine start number 1. That's where the Merlin vacuum engine lights up and propels the second stage, along with our AX-2 crew and Dragon, into orbit.
As Stage 2 heads towards its targeted drop-off orbit, Stage 1 will execute 3 burns in order to make its way back to Earth. The first is the boost back burn, where 3 of the Merlin 1D engines will reignite and then shut down. This helps to head the booster back to Cape Canaveral. The second burn, or the entry burn, helps to slow the stage down in preparation for entry back through the Earth's atmosphere. At about 90 seconds after Dragon gets into orbit, Falcon 9 will then land back on Earth. The landing burn will bring the vehicle speed down rapidly in order to land back on land near the launch site today, around 8 minutes into mission. I should say that actually happens about a minute prior to that second engine cutoff.
Yep, you're right, Kate. So as the first stage is back on Earth, the second stage will cut off its single Merlin engine that was ignited right after stage separation. Once this happens, we wait for that all-important confirmation of a good orbital insertion. Then, Dragon will begin its preparations and separate from the second stage. About 3 minutes after the second stage gets into orbit, we ought to get that great view from the forward camera showing Dragon with its 4-person crew drifting away from the second stage. And once Dragon is a short distance away, it will begin checking out those Draco maneuvering thrusters to make sure that Dragon continues to increase the separation distance from the second stage.
The nose cone deploy sequence will initiate just before T plus 12 minutes and finish around T plus 15 minutes, which will expose Dragon's docking mechanism in advance of arrival.
RP1 load is complete.
All right, that call out there telling us that RP1 loading is now complete.
Three, 2, 1. Engines full power. And lifts off. Falcon 9. Go Axiom.
One Alpha.
Copy, 1 Alpha.
Together we expand what is possible in low Earth orbit. Add Astra and Godspeed AX2.
Seconds into this historic. T plus 36 seconds into flight. A great view of Falcon 9 heading to space.
Power and telemetry is nominal.
A great
Stage 1
call.
throttle down.
Power telemetry nominal.
I don't see anything. Oh, I see it. There it is. Dragon SpaceX looking good. Let's go for Astrounats. Two Americans, two Saudi Arabian. Let me know if it's gone. It's about to be. To the clouds it goes. To the cloud it goes. Yep, it's gone. And that's it. That's all we're probably.
Falcon 9 is supersonic. Nico.
2 Alpha.
Stage separation confirmed. Copy, 2 Alpha. And back ignition.
Stage 1, boost back startup.
Alright, stage separation. We've lit the second stage engine. The first stage is into the boost back burn, working its way back towards Cape Canaveral.
Trajectory.
Beautiful view of planet Earth coming to us from the second stage views on the right-hand side. Left-hand side, our first view of the Space Coast once again. This booster is attempting a landing at LZ-1.
Stage 1, transonic.
That booster is now traveling near the speed of sound. Live view coming to you from one of our tracking cameras. We can see the grid fins actuating to help steer the booster down.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 FTS has saved.
Standing by to...
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
There you
Stage 1 landing confirmed.
You can see that first stage has landed back at LZ-1. This is the first time that we have performed a land landing on a crew mission.
Pico. Dragon separation. Wow.
There you can see live on your screen that Dragon sunk the capsule. That's a really cool view. That's actually
Spacex Falcon. Very great flight. Wish you safe travels. A few words from our chief engineer as well.
Thanks for putting your trust in the Falcon 9 team. Hope you enjoyed the ride to space. Have a great trip on Dragon. Welcome home to 0G, Peggy.
That was SpaceX Chief Engineer Bill
Happy to be
Gerstenmaier.
here. It was a phenomenal ride.
Make sure you share the joy of 0G with your crew.
We will do that.